to enlighten us. The first one is related to ICT policy by Ms. Kasama Kongsmak, the Executive Vice President of Digital Economy Promotion Agency, or DEPA, Thailand. And the second one, which is going to be online, is related to ICT R&D programs by Dr. Sarun Sumriddetchkajorn, Acting Executive Vice President of the National Science and Technology Development Agency, or NICT, Thailand.
This forum will continue for 2 days from 29th of November to the 30th of November. Since you are here in the Bangkok to attend it, don't miss the opportunity to roam around the city and enjoy your wonderful time here.
Now, without further ado, let's begin our forum with an official opening ceremony.
First, we are honored to invite Dr. Kasim, who is the Vice Dean of Faculty of Engineering, to deliver the opening speech of the forum. Thank you for, give him a great hands of applause.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First, I would like to welcome you all to the Faculty of Engineering, Chulalongkorn University in Thailand. We are pleased to host the ASEAN IVO Forum 2022. ASEAN IVO is a global alliance of ICT and R&D institutes and universities in the ASEAN region and Japan. This mission of ASEAN IVO is to seek and identify strategic ICT research areas in the ASEAN region and to seek and to promote collaborative projects in them. Over the years, ASEAN IVO has stayed together as one big family. It is important for us to strengthen collaboration, support, and help each other, and enable the ASEAN IVO to fulfill this vision. We have the privilege of holding this forum in our beautiful and energetic campus. Chulalongkorn University is one of the best and oldest universities in Thailand. Faculty of Engineering, founded in 1913, includes 12 departments, interdisciplinary program of biomedical engineering, International School of Engineering, and Defense Engineering and Technology program. This forum is an excellent opportunity for us to give and take knowledge and experience from the community. I also wish to extend you the greetings of Steering Committee, Vice President of NICT, Dr. Yano Hiroyuki, Director of NECTEC, Dr. Chai Wutitiwatchai, our distinguished invited speakers, participants from partner ASEAN countries, Brunei, Darussalam, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos PDR, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, Timor-Leste, and Vietnam, as well as international participants. I would like to express our sincere gratitude to NECTEC as the co-organizer, NICT and NICT Asia Center, Department of Electrical Engineering, and NICT staff and project leaders. Without their devotion and efforts, it would be impossible to hold the successful ASEAN IVO Forum 2022. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we have conducted several virtual meetings for a few years. So let me now close by wishing you all a delightful and stimulating online and on-site forum this year here in Bangkok, Thailand. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Kasim. Next on the program, we are delighted to invite Dr. Chai Wutitiwatchai, Executive Director of NECTEC Thailand, to grace our event with his speech. Thank you.
Professor Dr. Kasem Chulalongkorn, Vice Dean of Faculty of Engineering, Chulalongkorn University. Dr. Yano Hiroyuki, Vice President of NICT. Ms. Kasama Kongsmak, Executive Vice President of DEPA. Dr. Sarun Sumriddetchkajorn, Acting Executive Vice President of NASDA. Distinguished guests and ASEAN IVO Forum delegates. It is my great pleasure to be a part of the opening ceremony of ASEAN IVO Forum 2022 on site in Thailand today. For the past 2 years, this event was held virtually due to COVID-19, as you know. This year, Chulalongkorn University and NECTEC of Thailand are honored to co-host this forum. As you may know, there are many current global issues we should address, for instance, food sustainability, environmental protection, disaster prevention, smart communities, and public health crisis. No matter what issues are, it is widely accepted that ICT is an important tool that can help resolve the global problems. ICT development is not just about computers. It's not just about mobile phones, application, and internet, but ICT also supports and assists people in linking them to their communities for communication, for learning, and for services. ICT can lead people to improve their well-being as well, increase their work productivity, and support innovation and sustainability. You can see lots of examples during the past 2 years. Solving current global issues cannot be done alone, and that's I can guess about the importance of ASEAN IVO Forum. This is one of the strategic channels to collaborate and enhance ICT research projects, especially in ASEAN regions. Thank you very much for NICT to host this specific forum for ASEAN countries. I believe that this event is not only to share experience with our many invited experts, but also to learn from each other. And I'm very happy myself to meet with my old friends again here, and lots of my old faces that I can remember and recall. I hope that we can share our experience of our meeting just many years before. I hope that this is this IVO Forum 2022 will accomplish all its aim and earnestly decide that all the participants will be able to benefit from the presentation and discussions. Please enjoy your stay in Thailand. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chai, for your encouraging words.
Last but not the least, we are pleased to invite Dr. Yano, Vice President of NICT Japan, to bless us with his speech. Please give him a big round of applause.
Sawadee-ka. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to ASEAN IVO Forum 2022. I'm Hiroyuki Yano, Vice President of NICT. Unfortunately, our President Hideyuki Tokuda cannot attend this meeting due to the Japanese diet correspondences. So, first of all, I'd like to personally thank the guest of the honor, Ms. Kasama Kongsmak, Executive Vice President, Digital Economy Promotion Agency, Thailand, and who takes the time to attend this forum. And I'd like to thank to the Dr. Sarun Sumriddetchkajorn, Acting Executive Vice President, National Science and Technology Development Agency, Thailand, for taking the time to attend this forum and give a talk on ICT policy and R&D programs in Thailand. Thank you also to our local host, the Faculty of Engineering, Chulalongkorn University and NECTEC. Most notably, the Associate Dean, Faculty of Engineering, Chulalongkorn University, Kasama Kongsmak. Thank you very much. Executive Director of NECTEC, Dr. Chai, Wutitiwatchai, and Dr. Wutitiwatchai, Afghanistan, Faculty of Engineering, Chulalongkorn University, and Dr. Alisa Gordon, co-secretary of the ASEAN IVO Forum 2022, as well as many other staffs. So for all your hard work in planning, organizing, and running this event. And also the word of thanks to the members of the ASEAN IVO steering committee. So many people is gathering to this forum. The leaders of the 17 ASEAN IVO project and everybody giving presentation today in preparation for the call. Thank you all for attending. ASEAN IVO is a global alliance of ICT and R&D institute and universities in the ASEAN region and Japan, and was established in February 2015 with 25 institutions, almost 7 years ago. The mission of the ASEAN IVO is to seek and identify strategic ICT research area in the ASEAN region and promotes the collaborative project. Today, we have 78, almost 80 members institution, and that number of the growing the fast. Surely this is the sign we have the same goal and we resonate with the common mission to innovate. Due to COVID-19, we have our online forum twice, 2020 and 2021. And this time, we are organizing the forum in person for the first time in 3 years, because we think the communicate in person is very important to change ideas and forum teams for R&D collaboration. Today, we have 20 oral presentations which are selected from the 36 submissions. Also, there are 5 posters presentations. Lots of participants shows researchers' cognition of this forum in the ASEAN region. So I know in this room, we have almost 70 or 80. Here is 100 people gathering. So we recognize the great importance of open-minded collaboration with everyone in the ASEAN region. I hope that from today, we can forge strong new collaboration, sharing, thriving together to resolve common social challenges through the power of ICT. I hope that all of you will enjoy today and you will find this forum a very fruitful event. I think so, very. That is all for me for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your inspiring speech, Dr. Yano. Please give another big round of applause to all the distinguished guests. Thank you. Now, with much honor, I would like to invite Ajahn Kasama Kongsmak, Executive Vice President of Digital Economy Promotion Agency, or DEPA, Thailand, and also the first keynote speaker of our forum to deliver her speech. The title of her talk is An Introduction to ICT Policy in Thailand. Ajahn Kasama is responsible for overseeing the functions of DEPA Strategy and Security Promotion Unit. Her role is involved with policy research on digital transformation, digital economy, and providing insights and recommendations for public and private organizations. Without further ado, please welcome Ajahn Kasama. Thank you very much.
Swadika and good morning, everyone. First of all, my name is Kasama Kongsmak from Digital Economy Promotion Agency, and I would like to thank the IVO and NECTEC for having me here today. Well, since it's the first session, it's not very technology, it's all about policy. So this morning I'll be talking to you about Thailand digital economy policy. And this is my building, my office building. Now I have to figure out how to go. Well, let me just spend like 1 minute talking about my organization. DEPA was established 5 years ago by the Digital Economy and Society Act of 2017, basically because ICT was picking up. And then when we talk about ICT, usually we talk about technology. And then 5 years ago, there was a trend of having more adoption, having more applications. So basically, we changed the theme from ICT to digital economy to imply more application, more adoption on a wider scale. So DEPA was established to do this, and we are based in Bangkok. We have 8 branches around the country, and basically what we do here, we don't do research, we don't do regulation. Basically, we promote. We do whatever we can to help people adopt digital technology. We help digital industry, basically make them get richer, and we do manpower development, and we do co-investment with like digital organizations in Thailand. Also, we do proposal of law amendments, new regulations, and yeah, that's it. About 5 things that we do here at DEPA. I would like to shift gear a little bit and talk a little bit about Thailand economic structure and tell you why digital technology is so important. If you look at this pyramid, you would see that at the bottom of pyramid is agriculture sector, right? Basically, people are lower educated and rather poor. And then on the middle level, you have SME, and then at the top, you have LE. Large enterprises. And then when you look at the number of enterprises, well, basically, the number of large enterprises is very small. The number of agricultural players are very big, and the number of employees. And then if you look at the GDP, it's like well, basically, large enterprises are carrying the country, while a lot of people in agricultural sectors are not doing very well. Like they contribute so very little to GDP. So what does that mean? It means that the whole country, like Thailand, and I believe our ASEAN, maybe except Singapore, like everyone would have to go digital, because there's nowhere, there's no way where else to go. And it's just not just digital industry or ICT industry anymore. It means that everyone in the whole country, agriculture, trade, manufacturing, services, SME and large enterprises, everyone will have to go digital. And that's why DEPA has been established to do the job. Because this is an ASEAN forum, so I just throw in a bunch of indicators saying, well, Thailand is we are number 3, number 4, number 5. So we are in the middle of the spectrum across all the indicators. Well, good thing about Thailand, the best things about Thailand is that, well, we have 70 million people, but for mobile connection, we have like everyone has a mobile phone except, those marginalized groups. And everyone is using internet. Everyone is using social network. The penetration rate is about 70, 80%. So it's really, really good. And for the connection, the internet speed, the fixed broadband is like quite good, like 180. And then the mobile internet connection speed is about 30 to 40 megabits per second. So that's not shabby, right? And the 4G and the 5G coverage is pretty much like all over the country. So Thailand is very strong in digital adoption and infrastructure. And this is our digital industry or ICT industry market outlook that we did last year. Basically, the market is about 52,000 million USDs. And we have, basically, it could be categorized into 5 sectors. Telecommunications, the biggest sectors, about 20,000 USD. But the growth is not very high because the base is big. So growth rate last year was probably about 2%. And then we have hardware and smart device. The growth rate of last year was probably about 20%, very good as well. Digital services, which is, the digital platform and stuff like the gig economy, the platform economy. So the number is not big yet, but the growth rate was 37% last year. So basically it's growing exponentially. Software, like traditional software sector is, well, basically stable, growing at about maybe like 13%. Digital content didn't do very well last year, growing at about maybe 7%. So that's all. And I just wanted to throw them out there so that you understood about, the Thailand climate a little bit. But what would DEPA do to help things to get better? Basically, we operate under Thailand Digital Economy and Society Development Plan. This is the ministry plan. It's not very detailed because it's a 20-year framework. Basically, if you look on the left side, what we do infrastructure, we do digital economy, we do digital society, we do digital government, we do digital workforce, and we do trust and confidence in digital technology. And if you look at the right side, basically we're saying we're going to go digital Thailand. There are 4 phases. The first one, digital inclusion, 1 year, well, started in 2018, right? And then 1 year and a half, 18 months, we would do digital foundation. Basically, we invested a lot in digital infrastructure. And we were actually quite successful because the broadband backbones in Thailand are solid, and the mobile connections are very, very, very good. And then, so basically, number 1 is done, no problem. Number two is a 5-year from 2018, right? And then we call it digital inclusion. Basically, what we want to do here, we want our stakeholders to take part in digital economy and society. And we were struggling. We were really, really struggling because, well, my job is to get our Thai people to go digital. It was very, very hard. You have to tell street, vendors to use digital technology, to use e-payment. It was not possible. And then COVID hit. COVID-19 hit us like a couple of years ago, and suddenly everyone was paying using e-payment and doing online stuff, and organizations started using Zoom and e-meeting and stuff. So basically, digital inclusion wasn't bad anymore. Like DEPA didn't do anything. We just got full score from COVID-19. And then so right now we are in phase 3 of Digital Thailand called Digital Thailand Full Transformation. The idea is that all stakeholders would have to maximize the benefits of digital innovation. So basically agriculture, manufacturing, trade and services, logistics, tourism, healthcare, and everything. Everyone, all the business sectors would have to go digital. So we are just starting, and we are hoping that we can do it like like we could do number 1 and number 2. And in 20 years time, what are we hoping? We're hoping to be a digital leader. We are not using the leader. We want to be one of them that are pretty good. So this is the dream of digital economy policy in Thailand. If I still have time, I still have 10 minutes. I would like to go into detail of what we do at DEPA, because the 20-year framework is just framework. It's just sort of like direction that we want to go. But for our digital economy promotion plan, it would be like, things that we actually really implement. Like we have 4 strategies. Number one, basically we do, well, let me say this first, because we are promotion agency. Basically, we don't do infrastructure like broadband, because that's belongs to all the big players, and we have the regulator, the NBTC. And we don't do so much on cybersecurity, because belongs to another organization. And we don't do so much of research, because that belongs to NECTEC. What we do here at DEPA is we promote digital economy, and we have 4 strategies. 1, we want to transform human capital for the digital economy and society. Everyone in the country would have to be digital. Who are they? Everyone, basically, number 1, kids. You have to go coding. All kids in Thailand will have to go coding. It's an uphill battle, because schools in Thailand are not that very good, but that's the dream. Anyway, in 5 years' time, we would go coding school in all the schools in Thailand. And then who else is here? University kids. They would have to go digital entrepreneurship. They would have to go programmer. They would have to go developer. And then who else is there? Workforce, like people who are not who are non-IT professionals. If they're getting old, they're being left behind. So basically, we have to upskill and reskill them. And who else is there? IT professionals. Those people like you who have maybe not the professor level, but maybe programmers or developers or IT professional that graduated maybe 10, 20 years ago and could not catch up with the industry anymore. So we do upskilling and reskilling. And if we don't have enough people, like don't have enough manpower in Thailand, we will just import you guys. Please come to Thailand and work for us. That's strategy 1. Strategy 2 is, we're going to transform indigenous society, traditional economy, agricultural, manufacturing, and services to high-value digital economy. What do we do here? We promote accelerate digital startups. Basically, we have quite a bit of startups in Thailand, but we want them to go global. And then we want to basically upgrade our digital industry, like the software provider, the hardware provider, smart device manufacturers, digital service providers and stuff. We want them to basically get richer, make more money. This is on the supply side. But how do we do that? Because we are going to speed up the digitalization in the indigenous sectors. Basically, it's the supply and it's the demand. We are telling all the farmers, we are telling all the street vendors, the factories, the large SMEs and large enterprises, you all will have to use digital, and the government will have to use digital as well. So that's big market. So basically, the 2 sides, we're promoting the supply side and we're promoting the demand side as well. And we don't leave anyone behind. We also promote the communities. Like in Thailand, we have maybe 70,000 local communities. Basically, we want them to use digital. At DEPA, we basically don't give them technology. We basically tell them, get together, like 20 of you coming together, and then write a proposal and do the pitching. Look, we said we do a pitching, and then they could say, oh, our community would like to use drone to do farming, or they would want to do smart farm, they would want to buy POS and do e-commerce. So basically, you come with a proposal and tell us what you want to do, and then we would help them. That's our strategy 2. Strategy 3 is that we would build opportunities for inclusive development. elderly people, senior people, people who are like 50 plus who are being left behind, like they cannot get into digital economy at all. People with disability would be right around strategy 3, and smart city is here as well because it's all about better quality of life. And then we have strategy 4. Strategy 4 is basically to utilize the digital infrastructure. We have 2 strategic programs here. One is we are going to build digital infrastructure for all AI infrastructure, blockchain infrastructure, big data infrastructure would be right here. And then we would another program here is the digital ecosystem. Basically, we're building a big digital park right in the EEC area, which is it's somewhat like a 12-acre kind of a digital cluster park where we bring all the digital providers and all the tech providers to come together and then live together and play together in the same area. So these are basically the 4 things that we do. If you want to look at the goal, what we want to achieve in the 5 years time, first one, 500,000 digital workers and 100,000 digital-based enterprises, meaning farmers, SMEs, large enterprise, everyone in Thailand, and then 12% increase in digital industry value. And we want to have like one great, like one world-class smart city, and 95% of the Thai people would have to be smart, digitally smart. And then we would have 3 new major infrastructure, the AI infrastructure, the blockchain infrastructure, and the data infrastructure. And then we would like to basically attract 3 global technology providers to invest in Thailand. And everybody in ASEAN want to do that, right? And the outcome, we just want to increase the GDP while not leaving anybody behind. So I think I can just skip this one. This is my last slide. Basically, well, this is policy is just policy, right? The way we do is that we use the instruments, we use promotion tools, like for example, manpower. DEPA is not a tech organization, we are promoter. Basically, we have to partner with people like Chulalongkorn University and all university across the country, all academic institutes to help us train the people. And for community, the way we do is that I told you before that we don't give technology to people. We send agents out there and then we try to sell the products. Like, well, you can do smart farm, you can do smart economy, you can do like e-commerce, you can do whatever you want to do. We just give them choices and then they can come tell us how digital technology can change their life. And for startups, we do promote startup from the ground up. From the seed round, pre-seed round, seed round, series 1, series A. Series B is too expensive. If they're so good, then they can go on and be great themselves. We don't have enough money to promote them. Scholarship, and if you are a digital provider, we do have event and marketing fund to help you start. And we have transformation fund for basically business, real sector business. You know, if you want to do transformation, we give them, a good start. And then we have RDI funding, but RDI is not so much, not very academic research funding. At DEPA would be like at like near commercialization stage, meaning you basically you do something and then you have to prove, you have to have the business model and you have to be able to to be able to make money, or basically, or at least be able to be sustainable. And then we have infrastructure fund for something like some big project, for example. So this is I believe this is the end of my presentation. I do have a lot of slides that I want to kind of show off. This is coding. This is upskilling people, reskilling people in the industry, smart visa, so that foreigners will come in easy. Startups, we do have about 123 startups in our portfolio. A lot of hackathons. We do promote game industry. We do digital transformations. We already did 260 factories and about 40, well, basically small guys, about 46,000. And then we help already 72 communities. This is the community. Basically, we give smart farming technology to community. Smart agriculture, the mushroom farm, greenhouse. This is the factory, the aluminum factory. This is basically the payment system for the barber shop. And this is AI to basically for users to just search for products with AI. And this is weather app. This is the app where old people, senior people who are on the bed can just press alert. And then this is AR, VR for, well, basically for local tourism. And we do 5G regulation sandbox and AI platform, big data platform, smart device design. And this is the digital park that I talk about. It's called Thailand Digital Valley. Yeah. So I believe this is the end of my presentation. If there's any chance or there's any opportunity that we can work together, I would be willing to talk to any of you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Ajahn Kasma. So now I would like to invite Dr. Sarun, who is the Acting Executive Vice President of National Science and Technology Development Agency, NASDA, Thailand, and the second keynote speaker of our forum to deliver his online speech. The title of his talk is ICT and Research and Development Program. Dr. Sarun is currently an Acting Executive Vice President of NASDA, responsible for the RDI management. Previously, he was NECTEC's Executive Director during 2014 to 2018. He is also a fellow of Optica and SPI, a senior member of IEEE, as well as an invited lecturer of Optica and SPI. Without further ado, please welcome and give him a big round of applause.
Thank you very much. I have to apologize for not able to join everyone on site due to I'm very close to the COVID patients. Sorry about that. This talk will give you a very brief information about NASDA aim for, especially the research agenda in the national level and also infrastructure that we provide. I will give you some examples. This just show you the overview of the NASDA. Established in 1991, is now under the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Innovation. We have 5 national research centers. As you know, one here is the NECTEC. Dr. Chai is the Executive Director. We also have biotech, MTech. MTech is related to material research science. We have nanotech, and we have the new one, which is the Energy Technology Center. In the national level, we also look at Thailand 13th National Economic and Social Development Plan, or we call it NECTDB. It just launched last month, and we will have about a 5-year plan. You can see that one of the key to transform Thailand is about technology and innovation-driven economy. And you also can have this technology and innovation to keep pace with global dynamics, empower Thai to reach their full potential and also care about the environment. This slide shows you 13 pivots or 13 milestones under the 13th NECTDB. You can see that here the number 6 is related to smart electronic devices or in this forum is about the ICT. And it's not limited to the 6 pivot. You can see that if you look at the medical and wellness hub, even the circular economy, low carbon, and even the strong high potential on and competitive SME, ICT can play a significant role in assisting this milestone. This slide shows you the map between the NECTDB and the SDG. I think, as you know, that every country try to reach the SDG goals on their country, Thailand as well. And we believe that under the new NECTDB, we will be able to achieve or reduce some issues under the 17 SDG goals. Apart from the national level, which is the 13 NECTDB, we also, as NASDA, help driving the bio-circular green or BCG economy model. And you can see that under the BCG economy model, we have 4 themes. One is the food and agriculture. Another one is the medical and wellness. The third one is the energy, material, and biochemical. And the last one is about tourism and creative economy. And you can see that electronic and technology and bioengineering can help in these 4 main themes. And under these 4 main themes of the BCG, they divided into 13 subcommittee. In this slide, just show you 11 committee that related to the research, science, and innovation. You can see the sector number 3 is about the agriculture. And again, it's not only agriculture per se, it's also the ICT can play a very significant role in this sector. Food, sector 5, and sector 6, medical devices. Sector 2, tourism and creative economy, and sector 10, medicine and vaccine sector. Apart from that, we also help as NASDA in driving the EECI. The one that is related closely to the ICT is the RE policy. And we also can help in the biopolicy, food innopolicy, and space innopolicy, as all these sectors require the ICT or digital. At the national project, we, as NASDA, help set up the National Biobank of Thailand. And you can see that it's the combination of the biotechnology and ICT technology. Once we have collected the samples through the process of 1 to 5 or 6, you can see that number 7 here and number 8 are closely related to the ICT, which is the bioinformatics, and the use of HPC and data storage for the analytical system of the data that we have from the biobank. And we evaluate the value, potential, and utilization at the gene level and the active compounds. Another project is about the National Omics Center, which is related to proteomic, genomic, and phenomic. So we have these kind of equipments to do research as well as to provide service to the government organization and private companies. And again, everything is related to ICT. We have the Thai SC or Thai Supercomputer Center. Currently, we just install the name Lanta, consisting of 31,000 cores and 12 petabyte storage. And we have many partners and colleagues to help utilization of this supercomputer center. This about the national quality infrastructure. Somebody already know about the PTEC, which is the infrastructure for electrical and electronic products testing center. Right now, we can test the EV and the battery for the EV. We also have the Supot, which is under the NECTEC for software testing, IoT testing, and medical device equipment testing. Especially as you can imagine that all the equipment, devices, or tools have software embedded in them. That's why we need to test the software or firmware that help these devices or equipment run properly and safely. We also have DTEC, again, this under the NECTEC, which is the Digital Technology Evaluation and Certification Institute. It helps companies for the product certification, product inspection, standard comparison, and ISO ICT consultations. We also provide them with the TTEC mark so that it's guaranteed that their products or their process pass the required standards or testing. That's all I have to share with you very briefly. And again, apologize for not able to join online on site.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sarun, for your insightful presentation.
Recording in progress.
If possible, you can stay with us for the photo session afterwards.
Thank you.
Now, and now it's time for gift exchange. May I invite Dr. Yano Hiroyuki, Vice President of NICT Japan, to present a token of appreciation to the organizers. And yes, please, to the front of the stage. And next, may I invite Professor Supot Teachavorasinskun, the Dean of Faculty of Engineering, upon the stage. Thank you. Thank you. Next, may I invite Dr. Chai Wutitiwatchai, Executive Director of NECTEC, Thailand, up on stage, please. Next, may I invite Ajahn Kasama Kongsmak, Executive Vice President of Digital Economy Promotion Agency, or DEPA, Thailand, up on stage. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Last but not least, may I invite Dr. Alisa Kongton, the Deputy Director of NECTEC, to represent Dr. Sarun up on stage, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Dr. Yano. Please stay on the stage because now it's NECTEC's turn. Okay.
Okay. Now it's turn to NECTEC to present the token of appreciation. May I invite Dr. Chai, Executive Director of NECTEC, up on the stage. Thank you. Next, may I invite Dr. Yano, Vice President of NICT Japan, upon the stage. Thank you. Sorry, what is that? Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. Next, may I invite Professor Supot, Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, upon the stage. Thank you.
And Professor Supot, could you stay on the stage, please? Because it's now Chulalongkorn's turn. Last but not least, it's Chulalongkorn University's turn to present a token of appreciation. May I invite Dr. Yano Hiroyuki, Vice President of NICT Japan, up on stage, please? Okay, and last but not least, may I invite Dr. Chai Wutitiwatchai, Executive Director of NECTEC Thailand, up on stage. Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor Supot. And now it's time for a group photo session. May I call upon stage the following distinguished guests for the photo shoot. We would like to invite the organizers, representative of Chulalongkorn University, NECTEC, and ICT, and to invite the speakers to the first line. So it's going to be on the chairs. So let them set up the chairs for a little bit.
Do I need to invite them? Go for it. I think we can go for it. Yeah, go for it. That's okay. That's okay.
May I invite Ms. Kasama Kongsmak, Executive Vice President of DEPA, Professor Supot, Teachavorasinskun, Dean of Faculty of Engineering, Chulalongkorn University, Dr. Wutitiwatchai, Executive Director of NECTEC, Dr. Yano Hiroyuki, Vice President of NICT, and I'm not sure if she's still here, Professor Dr. Anungnat Sombang Thanarot, Associate Dean of Faculty of Engineering, Mr. Yamaguchi Norifumi, Executive Director of Global Alliance Department in ICT, Dr. Wutitiwatchai Asadon Vise, Faculty of Engineering, Chulalongkorn University, and Dr. Alisa Kongton from NECTEC.
Take a break, then you announce the name.
It's okay,
Yes,
because they know they are distinguished. Okay. Okay, I'll do that. And the ASEAN IVO Steering Committee members to the second line, please. Okay. And now the project leaders and speakers to the third and the fourth line on stage, please. I would like to invite all the project leaders and all the speakers for this conference to the third and the fourth lines on stage, please. Thank you. If we can fit in. So you can also go up on stage, it's okay. We've got plenty of space on the stage. It's going to be a huge group photo. Sawasdee krabพี่ เมื่อกี้เปิดไมค์อยู่เหรอ Yes. No, not here.อาจารย์ที่คุยนะครับน่าจะเคยเอาสิ่งที่เคยกันใช่ใช่ใช่ที่ถามว่าพี่ปัญหาก็คือดูเค้กเข้ามาเกาะของดูได้
when it comes to 11 minutes, about 12 minutes, pump up. 15 minutes, that's what it happens.
Good morning. Please take a seat. So we have a first session soon. In the first session, there will be 4 presentations. Each presentation will be 15 minutes, including Q&A. So the speaker will hear 3 rings. When you hear the first ring, you should prepare to finish. Second ring, then you should stop presentation for a Q&A. And if you hear third ring, that means you must stop the presentation. All right. No, you should do it. Shall we start now?
If you like,
The timing, how is the timing?
well, people are supposed to be,
We will until 10:30.
no, they're supposed to be like 45, 10:45, but okay. All right. And I be 3 minutes because you want everybody to be here to listen.
Okay, I think we should start for the first presentation. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Can we start?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so we shall start the first presentation by Dr. Rafida Petra. The title is Developments of Nano Sensor for Halal Authentication in Food. Dr. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Professor Somnuk, for the kind introduction. Sawadika, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We hope everyone is well and morning coffee has kicked in. First, we'd like to say thank you to the organizer, ASEAN IVO, NICT, and Chulalongkorn University for giving us the opportunity for us to be in this forum. It is a great pleasure to be in this beautiful country, Thailand. I'm Rafida Petra, representing our team to share on our proposal on the development of nanosensor for halal authentication in food. Allow me to share my experience when I was abroad. About 18 years ago, I was in Glasgow for my bachelor degree. And my friends and I went out for some dim sum buffet. Little did I know that the dumplings that I had pork filling in it. About 5 years ago, I was in Berlin for some silicon photonics conference. And in the evening, I went around to get a vegetarian burger from the nearby McDonald's. And I had a bite and to find out that I was chewing on a meat patty instead of the current vegetarian burger that I ordered. So now let us bring you to our proposal in bridging the gap between nanoelectronics and nanophotonics and halal science. So halal foods can be defined as food that be consumed by Muslims that are allowed to be eaten and drink under the Islamic or Sharia law. That would be in the context of its contents and its preparation. We acknowledge that Islam constitutes the world's second largest religious group, amounting to 1.97 billion adherents across the world. And there has been an increased concern in obtaining halal food and beverages products, both in Muslim majority and minority parts of an area. And in food industry, there has been an alarming concern in food adulteration. We take meatball manufacturing as an example. Pork is mixed with either chicken or beef in the meatball manufacturing in an effort to lower down the production price and at the same time to improvise the taste in a cheap way. So in this presentation, we'd like to propose the use of nanotechnology, specifically nanoelectronics and photonics, to address the mentioned issue. And our objective is to devise a handheld portable nano sensor for halal identification of the presence of specific animal DNA in food products. Let us look at nanotechnology at a glance.
Recording
Nanotechnology
stopped.
Uses the structure between 1 nanometer and 100 nanometer in size to create materials, devices, and systems with new and useful properties and functions. And look at the classic.
Recording
size
in
of
progress.
Carbon nanotube is 10,000 times smaller than human hair. The pictures in the next slide shows various nanostructures based on carbon and silicon materials. And these materials, these nanostructures are made possible through the fabrication and characterization in a controlled and regulated condition clean room. And we acknowledge that nanotechnology has given positive impact to our everyday life in terms of high data connectivity, smart electronics equipment, solar panels, renewable energy, medical applications, and food industry. Focusing our attention on food industry, the application of nanotechnology in food industry has been around for quite some time, targeting the following areas as for ingredients, packaging, storage, dietary products, and nanosensors to detect contamination, among others. So these pictures here shows that nanotechnology has well progresses in terms of the industry. We have all this commercialized as well. And going through the next slide, with escalated concern in halal food and obtaining halal food, this is adulteration in food production give a motivation for us to propose the halal nanosensor. And a number of works have been reported on the detection of meat contents using gold nanoparticle solution through colorimetric sensors. And they reported that nanoparticle solution containing chicken DNA will turn pinkish color, and those which contain pork will turn grayish color. So we are proposing to design a fabricate sensor to detect the presence of specific animal DNA. The structure is adopted from a reported gas sensor, and in this case, utilizing nanostructured material. We propose to use zinc oxide nanoflowers. And the idea again is to design a portable handheld halal application sensor similar to the food ingredients detector, the one that I've shown in the previous slide. And further, it is proposed to integrate the portable halal device with an IoT application to be implemented in food factory for remote monitoring. And the next two slides is showing some typical activities in the clean room fabrication in order for us to obtain those nano-sized dimension devices. As a conclusion, the objective of this project is to bridge the gap between electrophotonics and halal science to design and fabricate a sensor to detect the presence of specific animal DNA. The structure is adapted from a reported gas sensor, in this case utilizing nanostructured material as a sensory component. And we propose to design a handheld portable product for halal application similar to other commercialized food ingredients detector. And once it is developed, we propose to integrate the portable halal authenticator sensor with an IoT application to be implemented in food factory for remote monitoring. And this proposed project revolves around the 17 elements of the SDGs to provide integrated solutions that challenges the global communities currently facing in terms of food security, reduce inequalities, responsible consumption and production, as well as while ensuring inclusiveness and strong partnership among the global society. That's the end of my presentation, Professor Somnuk. Thank you.
Okay, so now I invite a question from the floor. Yes, please.
Just because you check the system to check the meat of the animals, right? How can you make sure? I asked you. How can you make sure that it is halal food? You see, because halal is not only it not only depend on the DNA of the animal.
Yes.
It's various. I mean, I'm not an ulama. I'm not a specialist on this, but it is not only in the type of animal DNA. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question. Yes, we understand that halal include everything in terms of the contents of the product, food product, as well as in terms of its preparation. In our proposal, we are not going beyond the in the context beyond of the contents of the meat or the DNA. At this stage, we are only proposing in terms of the detection of different DNA from chicken, beef, or pork. But yeah, I'm not coming from a halal science background, but that is something that we need to bring in as well when we need to consider. Thank you very much.
Any questions?
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Prof. Fabrication. Yeah. So we are. Thank you very much, Prof, for your question. We are teaming up with University Science Malaysia. So we have a partner there to fabricate the device in USM using the clean room. No, University Science Malaysia.
Okay, now.
Yes.
So we just
They have. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. No. Yes. Yeah, we are open for any collaborators to fine tune the product on another stage of the manufacturing of the sensor. Thank you very much, Prof.
Okay, if there are no other questions, may I invite the second presenter?
Thank you.
Second presentation is by Dr. Somnuk. The title is The IoT Application in Clean Agriculture.
Thank you. Whatever. I didn't count it in. Okay. So when you do the presentation,
I think we should have a
4, 3, 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, Professor Somnuk, and good morning, everyone in this meeting hall. It's my great pleasure to be represented by my university, National University of Laos, to join this meeting. Actually, I've been participate with this program for a while, and so very happy and very glad to meet all of you again here. So today, I would like to introduce one of my laboratory's research works that we try to introduce one of the IoT application to the area of the agriculture. The background, as we know that Laos is one of the country that we are very consider about the naturals. And we try to promote the thing is the one we call the CAs, clean agriculture, because of the originally we are the people that are farmers that use a very natural way to plant the agriculture products. This is one of the projects that are supported by JICA that are trying to promote the clean agriculture to the Lao society. But once we try to promote, stop using some chemicals, stop some using the chemical fertilizers, the problem is turn out that the quality of the crop is not very good. So the taste not good. when as we plant something that we need the fruit very sweet, but not really sweet, and that they turn something out very, very low quality. So that's why we come up with this kind of center to check what is the problem that we're going to solve. So thing that I mentioned here. So we have insufficient technology to support a CA producer. The second thing, we are unable to produce the large amount of the crops according to the market needs and many problems that we're facing now. So very difficult to control the production costs also, and potential to produce costs regardless of the season. So if we use chemicals, stop everything, so we just wait for a season. If the raining is good, environment is good, so the crop is good. So it's not the industry one. So these are the target of these projects that we try to promote the IoT technology to the clean agriculture product. So this is quite broad, but I'll try to focus more. So I try to focus some of the parameters we can control, we can study what is the parameter that improve the quality of the product. So I say the NPK, so it's a nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. This is a three key measure that a parameter that we are focused on. As you see the furrows here, we can say that the structure of the soil nutrition of fertilizer, of course, the plant needs many ingredients by oxygen, let's say CO2, water, and some mineral is in the ground. So many research already done with okay, I try to control the temperature, humidities, and so on. But there are some fields, researchers try to understand what is under the ground, so what is the components in the ground that need for the plants. So I come up with the three parameters here, N and P and K, so nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So the thing is, once the crops, and in this research, we focus on only the tomatoes. Tomato first. Tomatoes is one of the agriculture product that is good for the market, and we cannot produce all years, but try to use this crop as our laboratory. So we have found that many issues that this is from the internet pictures. So once we not enough nitrogen, not enough potassium, phosphorus, and also potassium, there will be turn out some problem with the healthy of the plants. So we come up with this sensor. Actually, we try with many sensors that are available in the market right now. So we try to figure out how to detect this kind of the structure or components of the chemicals under the ground. So we call the nutrition of the soil. So we use this sensor. This we call models PR300 PQA number N01. This is sensor. These are three probes here. Basically, it's use electromagnetic sensor, so electrical sensor, to detect the components in the soil. And we experienced in the one of the greenhouse one. We took 18 samples. So this is a line that we try to plant these tomato plants along this line. So we will take sample about 18 samples in the greenhouse one. Then we try to collect the data. Then of course, once we collect data, and also we also use other type of sensor like humidity, temperatures, and also the fans and others wireless sensor to transmit this kind of data to the clouds. This is the real experiment house that in the farm. This is one of the farmers that are interested in this works, and they asked our team to come and to do some experiment in their farm. currently is that we check with this is the point, the sample point, the 18 points. Sorry, this is 17, but totally is 18 point that we collected data. We saw that so this is the main nutrition facts in the graphs N, P, and K. So in each area, they show the different kind of data. So once we plant on the ground, so I mean we got very different nutrients in each plant. So we very difficult to control. So I mean that one plant, so that if they have meet the requirement, the conditions, it's very beautiful and very sweet and tastes very good. And some point not good. So that's why we try to, maybe we cannot plant in the real grounds here. Maybe we plant in the plastic, no, sorry, in the bags, and we can control everything in the bags. And so before we try to test this, we also try to evaluate different kind of sensors. Also, we buy many kind of sensors, but the result that turned out very different. So different sensor give different result. So we try to different sensor and try different kind of the soils also. So we try to learn everything about the soils currently. So this is on the plant, we see kind of a different result here. Let me focus on the tomato products that we are interested in. The tomato product, maybe they might need about 300 milligram per kilos of earth. Of earth, 1 kilo of earth will be contain about 30 milligrams of nitrogen and about 3 to 8 grams of phosphorus and 25 to 50 of the potassium. So it should be, this is should be the ideal case of the tomato to make the good tomatoes, sweet tomatoes, high quality of tomatoes. Once we take plot the graphs of this kind of NPKs of the soils between the 18 sample here, we found that the dashed line here said that standard, this standard from this graph, this standard here, but this is the actual that we have. So we will see that the nitrogen is very high. So it's because of what? Because of the farmer, maybe they give a lot of ureas in this area. So that's the makes too much nitrogen here. So let's say it's very difficult to control the cost because we don't know what happens in the grounds there. So when we see the plant is not healthy, we try to give them some fertilization, but without any information to check that. So if we have this kind of information in your hand, maybe the farmer will deal with the right way. So maybe you will know that, okay, nitrogen is too much in this time, so we will stop. We will use another potassium or phosphorus or others also. Once we know from the experience of the farmers, say that different age of the tomato, they need very different components of NPK. So once the tomatoes are very young, maybe they need a lot of nitrogen for increase the growth of the tomato plants. Once the tomatoes turn to be the fruit, to give the fruit of tomato fruit, we need more in the potassium to make them sweet. So we have to collect all the data, all the age of this tomato fruit. So that's why this is a quite challenge for us to continue to work on this project. The projects, we come to the conclusion that we is the very beginning phase of the project. This is one of the project that my student, they took from the farmer, the real case of farmer come to the laboratories, and then we try to learn the setup, everything. So this is a very basic. Currently, we still in the state of evaluation the sensors, and we try to collect the data, try to learn the data first, But we need to, but we still need to confirm the result with the traditional chemical laboratory. So whether the result that we examine from our sensor with the traditional case one, how it's different. So we can confirm. After confirm that, we will continue to collect data and we will do some data analytics, and we might have some dashboard, have some very user-friendly, very easy to understand for the farmer. This is our next phase. So thank you very much for my presentation for today.
Thank you, Dr. Somnuk. May I invite a question from the floor? Please, microphone.
Thank you very much, Professor. Your work is very interesting. Since I am from agriculture family, that's why I was excited to give a small suggestion. Saying that NPK is the major nutrients, there is a micronutrients also, like gypsum and other things.
Yeah.
Naturally, when you are growing a plant, you are giving, at the time of growth, you are giving more urea. Urea is containing ammonia, that is nitrogen.
Yes.
And the PK, phosphorus and potash, potash and phosphorus is giving the fruit.
Yeah.
So when you are farmers, what they are doing is they are giving more urea to see the plants are growing well. But
Right.
it will take more water and grow well. But at the same time, if you have the more water in the plant, which will give the fruit is not so concentrated.
Yes.
Here, mainly you are mentioning about the sweetness of the tomato, because of if you are not getting proper sunlight also, the more water will be in the tomato, so that the taste will change. So you have to not only concentrate on only NPK, there is a micronutrient plus the sunlight. Sunlight will mainly affect, because since I have some experience on this, sunlight will cause major change the taste. Just for your information.
Thank you very much for your suggestion. This is very good. The information that I will request my team to looking more factor that made the quality of the product. So sunlight is one of that. So thank you very much, Professor. I will look for that.
The crops, initially they will give more water. At the fruiting stage, they will reduce the water because that is the content. Because if you have more water, it will absorb more water and dilute the taste.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for a good discussion. Thank you, Dr. Somnuk.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, there one more question. Okay, we can have the last question.
I think we have seen many similar projects about the use of the IoT, and then the solution for this. But I didn't see, in your case, for example, I think it's better if you already have the end user, and also might be the government agencies, they're already involved, so that this project can be taken up. As for the end users, finally. Otherwise, many people have done it actually. Yeah. So we didn't know whether this how this one can be duplicated by others researchers as well, other country, for example. There's one now. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that good discussion. Thank you. May I invite Dr. Jocelyn for the third presentation. The title is Controlled Environment Agriculture for the Effective Growth of Plants in Indoor Farming.
Good morning, everyone. So in behalf of my teams from the Philippines, so I am Jocelyn Villaverde from Mapua University. So I would like also to thank ASEAN IVO for giving me this opportunity to present our project proposal. The title of our proposal is Controlled Environment Agriculture for the Effective Growth of Plants in Indoor Farming. So we all know that the effect of climate change takes a drastic impact in agriculture. So basically, some weather conditions as well as environmental parameters affect the growth of our plants as well as the crops. With the advancement of technology, the areas of the controlled environment agriculture, or what we call the CEA, so these concepts pertains to the circumstances where crops are shielded from the extreme environmental conditions and have the capacity to manage, oversee, or even regulate the microclimate of the cultivation area. So the CEA falls under the smart farming technology. So just like last Feb 2 of 2021, some farmers in the Philippines, specifically in Atok, Benguet, specific area in the Philippines. So they actually experienced the frost in their crops. So this frost occur normally during the amihan season because the location of the area is somehow elevated. So because of this, normally the province of Benguet produces those crops. So they produces cabbage, legumes, strawberries. They provide also other vegetables, but during the cold season, the crops affect actually, or the harvest affect their yields. So because of this, so in order to address this issue, so we plan to replicate the normal environment conditions in the province of Benguet, where for now we will be dealing first with the strawberries. It will able to grow without frost-induced risks or somehow extreme weather conditions. And then specifically, we also want to construct a vertical indoor farm which is capable of sustaining the controlled environment, which will be an effective alternative in growing as well as cultivating strawberries. And then part of the project also is it's low back. So we part of the project also will monitor and simulate the no, it's low back. It says low battery. Yeah, so it's okay. Okay, thank you. So part of the project will also monitor, simulate, and collect data regarding the growth of strawberries. And then this data will be gathered in determining the effectivity of the implementation of vertical farming. So for our proposed method, so the researchers propose to conduct the study of creating a controlled environment agriculture, which will be used to grow strawberries. And then this time we will be implementing the HVAC, or the heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration technology, which basically plays a significant role for indoor farming. Somehow this technology sometimes are not implemented in vertical farming. So we want to implement the HVAC technology in our system. Based on figure 1, so this is how the setup will looks like. So we have the equipment for HVAC, such as the humidifiers, ductless aeration system, evaporating cooling, which will be which the equipments are very essential to control the climate inside the certain environment. And then this project will have 4 phases. So first part will be the conceptualization and research regarding the HVAC technology, as well as the equipments that we will be using in our system. And then followed by the optimization and fabrication. So where we will gather different parameters, what will be the effective parameters or conditions, whether to grow the effective or make the strawberry sweet, or it will become more yield, or it will give more yield. And then the equipments on the 3rd phase, we will undergo testing and simulations. And then for the 4th phase is continuity or the sustainability. So this is how we plan to set up our system. So we just base this one from the existing greenhouse environmental system. So as you can see here, we plan to implement it using a container van or inside the room, depending on the situation. In there, we will have different sensors that will be installed where it monitors different environmental parameters such as temperature, humidity, light intensity, water, as well as CO2. So these are the parameters that the plants really need in order for it to grow properly. And then we will use the HVAC equipments in order for it to control the environment inside the room. And then we are also planning to do application software for the monitoring of the different parameters in it. We plan to create a GUI as well as the web application for real-time monitoring of the conditions inside the room. Specifically, we will be able to, strawberries for the meantime. And then for the impact of this research, so using this technology and innovative controlled environment agriculture, this will give more people the ability to grow almost any fruit or vegetable in a small place, as well as some facilities might be constructed for community agriculture, which allows local residents to continue to grow the crops without incurring additional costs. And also with this kind of facilities, a huge advantage of CEE is that community members can grow food all year round. So we don't need to worry about the seasonal crops that will be available any time of the year. And then urban agriculture generally has been found to help decrease food shortage and provide access to a healthy food. So for the output or outcome of this project, so we are targeting to construct a vertical indoor farming. And then also the proposed method will utilize HVAC equipment that will sustain the controlled environment to use in cultivating and growing of strawberries. In terms of agricultural sector, so this might be able to publicly available to the public, specifically targeting the agricultural sector as an alternative to the conventional form of farming. And for food security, so it will not eliminate, but somehow decrease the impact of weather climate-related constraints, such as the climate-related disasters. And of course, for the future researchers, this study will monitor, simulate, and collect data regarding the growth of strawberries, where they can be able to do basis on how what will be the effective temperature, the lighting conditions, and other parameters that might contribute to the growth of the crops. So for our conclusion, so the effect of climate change poses negative impacts on various sectors, as what I have mentioned a while ago, specifically for the agricultural sectors. So we are proposing the controlled environment agriculture in order for the crops to grow properly. That's all. Thank you for listening.
May I invite questions? Yes, please.
Hi, good presentations. I appreciate all the benefits you can gather with the urban farming technologies that you put in place. But have you did a calculation on the cost involved? Because challenge with urban farming, basically looking at the diagram you shared, you put in fans, aircon, sensors, you need to power up the whole setup. So what is your considerations on the cost, overall cost?
I know, basically for HVAC system, it's really expensive when we implement that one. But with regards to this one, this can be, this is doable with regards to the project of my team. So we can do a setup for the ventilation, the humidifier, and we can, but basically, yeah, it is really costly.
Sorry, just a follow-on. I think the real challenge is to how to make it more sustainable so that more people can actually benefit. Right. That's a real challenge.
Yeah, thank you. Basically, if we will be successful in this kind of setup, so we will be continuing to plant other crops rather than strawberries.
Okay, is there any other question? I have the same feeling that it is very costly thing.
Yes, actually.
And yes, and I'm not sure if it's worth it to probably if it's something like we study the control in a certain level that can be, when we implement it, it can be used without all those expensive tools, such as maybe do the shading or do simple ventilation. Maybe, yeah, maybe that could work. We have more time left. Are there any more questions? Yes.
I think there's a reason why you select strawberries. There's a reason why you select strawberries as a specimen here for initial test. Is it because strawberries is actually an expensive fruits?
Yes, actually.
And therefore it helps justify the cost. Otherwise, I don't think it's worth it to
Yeah,
actually do it.
because normally if we bought strawberries in the market, it's really costly.
Okay, one more question then.
For overcoming that ventilation purpose, you are arranging some exhaust fans, all those things. Instead of that, you can create a natural venturi effect, so that you need not to install those things, so that you can minimize the cost. There are many methods to engineeringly you can reduce those things, and naturally you can. That is called venturi effect. Please apply that venturi effect. You can avoid those things.
Okay, thank you.
It's suggestion only.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that's it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we come to the last presentation for this session. Dr. Dang Tanhai, excuse me if I didn't pronounce your name correctly. The title is Research and Proposed Model of Wireless Sensor Network with Machine Learning to Monitor the Development of Medicinal Plant Artichoke.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your introduction. Good morning, everyone. Today I would like to talk about the wireless sensor network with the machine learning to monitor the development of the artichokes. Our group from Dalat University, Vietnam. This is our the first is the introduction and research methods, research contents, and the last one is best resource and conclusion. So now I go on the introduction. I will know that the years information technologies is very popular now, especially in agriculture. It is a new trend. For example, wireless sensor network to collect the data, and we use cloud computing to store and process the big data. And also AI is very popular to training the data and to output the resource. In Dalat City, Vietnam, has some company or farm apply the information technology in agriculture, but only the basis. For example, automatic or risk integration system, but only they use on experiments, not use the machine learning to train in or to collect the data. Also in Vietnam, in the last city, we had the famous plants, the artichoke. Artichoke is the medicine plants. It's very good and very healthy. And also in Dalat City, it has a suitable environment for growing the artichokes. Also, we have a great health benefits such as lowering the cholesterol, triglycerides, vessels. It can prevent cancer. This is our purpose of this research. The first one, we try to design a wireless sensor network to collect the data, and then we use the machine learning model to train in the data. And the last one, we try to test or evaluate the results from our model. And the next one, we try to introduce about the research methods. This is the proposal we had accept from Roman in Vietnam, and we start next year from January 20 to the end of 2024. we will do this project 2 years in Đà Lạt City, Vietnam. And the approach of the research is the first one we try to discuss with farmer and experts who have experience or the knowledge about the artichoke. And then we try to explore some factors related to the role of the artichoke. And then we set up the wireless sensor networks to collect the data from land, air, and we propose the mathematics model and machine learning model to train in the data. I can summary about the research methods. The first one is data collection or processing. We will collect the data and we try to train in the big data by some tools like BSS or R language. And our research use the machine learning to try to train in the data. We use some methods of machine learning like letterings or classifications or some better in deep learning. Try to build up like the mass decision support system. And experiment methods, we try to compare our results to the real results from the reverse crop. It means the real result from farmer. And the last one, we try to attend some international grant like this, like today, to collect some new idea, some college. We try to modify or we try to the effects of our model. This is the research contents. The first one we try to research the overview in Vietnam and in other countries about the artichoke. And the contents two did we try to design the wireless sensor network to collect the data. Better in Đà Lạt City and a small town near Đà Lạt City like you. It's very suitable environment for growing the artichoke. And also we try to publish some journal paper for this project. Also the next contents, we will the machine learning to train the data and to try to publish the new knowledge from the all data. So we will try to build the application like the decision support system. Also we try to publish some journal paper for this contents. And the last one, we build the application for the decision support system for the farmer. We try to build the math decision for growing the artichokes. This is our global models. We have at least two moisture errors. The first one in Đà Lạt and the second one maybe in Lạt Vượng in the one city near Đà Lạt City. And we try to collect the data from the role of artichokes. And we will train in the data use AI control system. Yes, and to interact in control center. And we had the resource. And we try to build an application like decision support system for farmer, for farmer. And the feature on the right top, it is the sample for the wireless sensor network to collect the data. This is our best resource for our proposal. Yeah, we must publish at least two paper, journal paper, and we also training some master student, at least one master student. And I summary about the application quotas. The first one is the wireless sensor networks model for the collect data, and the second one is the environment condition controller for farming, and the next one is an environment data set in the big data. For the quantization of artichoke, and the next is the machine learning model, and the last one is the application decision support system for farmer to prevent the artichokes. This is the answer of our proposal, and I also remind about our research maybe needs about 10 to 15 wireless sensor to collect the data from the role of artifact. It's maybe help us collect the data for training our machine learning model. Thank you for your listening.
May I ask question from the floor? Okay.
Yes, okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Dang, for the presentations. Actually, I have two questions related to this presentation. So the first, why do you need the artificial intelligence for this system? So what kind of data, what you take, and then what kind of learning? The second is, what kind of learning you are using for the system?
Yes, thank you for your question. The wireless sensor network, we try to collect the two kinds of information on land and in the air. For example, the temperature, the humidity, and some humidity in the land. To trans about it because it's attached to about the roving of the other source. So we try to train in the data for the farmers. This make the decision about the waste, about some nutrition for the role of the other source.
Yes, and then for the second question, what type of learning you are trying to use in this development of the system?
You mean about the machine learning?
Yes.
Yes. We use some technology of machine learning like deep learning, or also we try to the traditional machine learning for maybe clustering. For example, maybe at the end or something, we try to classification about the data. Yeah, like this.
Okay, okay, maybe in detail we can discuss.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. One question. Okay.
I want to ask whether is it the monitor in the open area or in the closed environment? I mean, because if only for open environment, it's quite difficult to adjust the data. And also here it just monitor only or monitor and control. And also I quite wonder about the type of the data, like temp, soil, humid, or some kind, because this thing is you cannot control. It just in my mind, it's difficult to analyze the data in such kind of the environment like this. And also I want see the input, like okay, this is the weather such like this. How is the yield or the quality of the artichoke? How can you measure? Is that also wireless sensor or by manually check the quality or yield of the artichoke or some kind? Yeah, this is all my question. Profession, totally sorry.
Yes, thank you for your question. Also, the discussion about the adjust data from the big data we collect by wireless sensor networks. Yes, it's the problem in our projects, and also this is only the proposal for this project. We will do next. We will do it from next year, and we also had some wireless sensor network. Collect the data. We also collect the from this year, and we also have some the data. And I think machine learning also better in deep learning, which we can train the data to adjust. We will adjust maybe about some knowledge about the trainings.
May I confirm this is the open environment? May I confirm that your experiment will be in the open environment?
Yeah, it means we already collect the data past.
It's
Yeah.
in open environment, right? It's not in the control or in the greenhouse or in the something.
Yeah.
May-
Yeah, in the large city in Vietnam, maybe we can some system to control the interactions. I mean the for weather or something. We can control and adjust maybe temperature or maybe weather. We can control. Yeah.
That mean in greenhouse.
Yeah. It is our auto system. Yeah. We have.
Okay, we have one more question, Dr. Hideyuki. In front there.
Hi, my question is, I want to know about the networking technology storage model and what's actually in the main control. Is it where you collect the data? Is all in the main control, and how's the networking technology works in this system model?
Yeah, it means use what to discuss about the technology to generate the data.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the control center.
Yes. Also, and the last version, it means we try to use some technologies in machine learning, like deep learning, to generate the data.
Yeah, that's on the machine learning. So how about the networking technology? Like how you collect the data or the storage model? Because you have are you automatically collecting the data or you manually collect the data?
Yes, I don't clear your question, but it means we have collect the data from wireless sensor network. So
Yeah.
we have the
Yeah,
data.
If you go back to your system model,
Yeah.
so you do have is it some sort of like sensor for each view?
Yeah. About the sensor like this. Yeah. We also have the wireless sensor like this. We collect the data and we get the output data like number. Yeah. So we try to generate the data. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for good discussion. We have to conclude this session now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. My name is Yuko. I'm Alisa. I first time meeting. Yeah, I'm too short. So first speaker would say blah 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 blah. That was very long. So I didn't put it on to the ocean. Yeah, and then we do 4, 1, 3. Okay.
Okay, so welcome to the session 2 on ICT for environment protection and disaster prevention. We're going to have 2 speakers for our sessions. So the first paper, okay, just to remind that the speaker would got 12 minutes for the presentation.
No, it's 5.
And 3 minutes for Q&A, so the total is 15. So for the first paper, then I would like to welcome Dr. Pavarat Nontasin from NECTEC, and the title is going to be Emotional Utilities of Climate Change Awareness, Understanding People's Mood and Tone. So please start.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Pavarat Nontasin. I work at National Electronic and Computer Technology Center from Thailand. I'm here with my colleague as well. His name is Jesada Pengsuwan. He will help me to answer the question at the end. So shall we start? Do you want to pick that?
Network. Oh, is there a wide mechanism? It's probably Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's a problem with my computer.
I think we got the connectivity problem, so just hang on for a second.
An unknown error. Oh, the answer. Ôi, khác một vấn đề. Wi-Fi mà cho tôi. Hai, ichi.もう一回ごめん、10何4はい。はい、6、8、9、6、9。7、はい。04。で、ジョイン
Alrighty, I think we are all set. So please welcome Dr. Dr. Pawarat.
Hi, shall we start again? My name is Pawarat Nonhasin. I work at National Electronic and Computer Technology or NECTEC from Thailand. I'm here with my colleague as well. His name is Jetsuda Pengsuan. He will help me to answer the question after the end. The climate change has been widely discussed in the many countries for now. The interaction between the climate change, human and environment is significant for each other. I think everybody know about that. Just give some example about, like, for example, human activity or human behavior, which has been the main driver of the climate change, such as, like, we still use the oil and gas for energy use. It's affect the coal power plants, and we still cutting down the forest or burning the forest, which is like it's affect the deforestation. And also when the climate change is happen, actually it's happened for now and it's going to be worse after that, can affect our health and well-being as well. After we are interested in the climate change, we narrow down to our country, which is Thailand. We found for now every people in Thailand, especially in the big city like Bangkok or Chiang Mai, are facing about the poor air quality. You probably might see in the morning and at the night time, especially in the Bangkok and Chulalongkorn University, which is like the middle of Bangkok for now. PM 2.5 is quite high, like effect for our well-being. Even like the Thai government try to introduce launch many policy about like improve air quality. but the equity in Thailand is still degraded. This is the government action. And what about us, which is the human, is the main driver? How we can protect our well-being in the future? So this is a general question for this project. And then we scope down to what we're going to do in that question. We narrow down to how do we can change our behavior to reduce the poor equity in Thailand or reduce the climate change. Surely we cannot stop the climate change, but we can decide how bad it will be, right? So when we're talking about the behavior change, we just go back to think about in terms of the psychology. We need to understand people awareness first. So this one is the project focus in this area. We want to know like how people awareness, how we gonna know that one. We need to understand how they're feeling, how they're doing, and how they're thinking based on the climate change or poor air quality in Thailand. After we got that one, we set up the hypothesis first. And we hypothesized that the potential of understanding Thai people emotional or behavioral state might throw the right on developing behavior change for the long-term climate crisis. So what this project will do, this is going to be like the first step of this, the beginning of the project. We will investigate the Thai people awareness of the climate change and how much knowledge they have. You're probably like wondering what we're gonna do in this one, how we get the awareness, how we know the people awareness. We will use like this method. The method will be divided into 3 parts. The first 2 parts we will use machine learning and deep learning to understand the people opinion. The data that we got from the online platform, which is like social media or like online forum, but only Thai language, because we want to know how Thai people express their opinion on that. The first 2 phases is similar like the sentiment analytic. You probably might wondering as well, like what challenging on this one. Normally the sentiment analytic, the output of this one is going to be like positive, negative, and neutral, which is like the variant emotion, just only dimension emotion. But for this project, we would like to go deeper than that. We would like to see what kind of the positive and what kind of the negative based on the people opinion. So for example, like we want to know like how they fear, what they fear, angry, disgusting, surprised, funding, or fun, which is this one is about the 6 basic emotion. The input on this one, we go through the next phase, which is like the last phase. The first 2 phases we do as the online processing, but the last phase we're gonna offline. We want to talk with the people. Rather than we use the rather than we use the interviewing method, we will use the board game instead, make them fun, make them relax, and we want to observe and understand their emotion and behavior. And the overall of this one, we will draw the example of this graph. We would like to see how their emotion expressed based on the climate change or the topic that we ask them. One emotion, when they express that, what the trigger, what the event, where is location, and who relate with that people, and how they action on that, how they behave. And we believe that when the first emotion come up, it might pass to the second emotion as well. We hope to see the link between that one. The outcome of this project, for the first one, we're gonna understand like Thai people opinion for the climate change data annotation, which is included information, sentiment, which is like positive, negative, and neutral. And another one is emotion category or emotion level, which is like deeper rather than not just only positive and negative. And the second one, the emotion and behavior network in terms of the climate change. The picture like the previous slide that I show you. And the last one is about the knowledge sharing, about the NLP and social cognition. This project is going to be in more impact, because for now this project we play in the emotion. Different people, different culture is going to be expressed with different emotion, even they are in the same situation. So we would like to invite all of you to work with us, because it's going to be interested, because when we see the emotion from the different countries to work in this one. For the project plan, this project, it will take around 15 months. The output of this project will pass to the next project surely, because we got many information on this project. We can draw the knowledge gap based on the climate change, and can send this one to the government to launch some policy, because that information is exactly what the Thai people thinking. And also the second one is about the behavior change application, because we got the information from them, from the Thai people, right? It means we know the user pain point about the climate change or poor air quality. This one is much better when we design the application and develop application based on the user pain point. The impact of this project, the first one is increased understanding people feeling behavior for implementing emotion AI service. For now, we use the AI for help us to make a decision. But in the real life, just think about yourselves. When you want to make a decision something, it's not about your knowledge. It's about your emotion at that time. So this project is going to be like the startup or the start point for think about the emotion AI in the future, if we want to develop them. And the second one is about the increase the solution for human behavior change, because we know about the user pain point. We can find a solution for fix that user pain point. The user is mean the Thai people. And the last one, as I mentioned before, I would like to invite all of you to work in this project, because we play with the emotion. It's might interesting, or we might can see the surprise data based on your country, the people in your country, because the language or because the emotion and culture as well. So the last one is going to be build up research capability by working with international collaborator. We can share the knowledge, share the experience, and also share some data together. For the conclusion, this project, we will use the deep learning for understand emotional and behavior state toward to emotion AI. And the second one, we empathize with the people thought, feeling, and action about the climate change issue before we encourage them to change their behavior. The third one is about expand model that we use in this project to other climate domain, which is like landslide or the livestock in the future. And the last one, we seek the new partner for developing this project and create solution for reduce the climate change crisis in our country and our world. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So now, are there any questions from the floor? And also, the participant online can just type your questions on the chat box as well. Yes, one question.
Thank you for your presentation. How will you try to avoid bias in your data collection?
Avoid the people for the climate change, right? In this project, we didn't like go through that one yet. But now we just like try to get the data, what they say on the Twitter or any social media, because especially in this time, if you go to like Twitter or Facebook, many Thai people always complain about the pollution. It's like, for example, like PM 2.5. So we want to gathering that data first, which is we have the tool for do that one. We implement the tool like it's called Big Steam. And we use that one to collect the data first, and then we pass to machine learning, which is we use the model, and also we use the the knowledge about the social cognition to like merge with the deep learning for like analyze that data and extract the data.
So do you have a minimum number of respondents?
Sorry?
Do you have a minimum number of responses or data for your study?
I think we don't have
Or as
that.
long as you have many data.
Yeah, we don't have that because the big steam tool is can like I think can get more and more data, and also they can correct the data from the past and the real time as well. Thank you.
Okay, any questions? Yes, Dr. Chai.
I have something that's similar to the previous question, that is about the sample space of the experiment. Let's say if you correct all big data from social medias, and ones who didn't mention about the their realizations on the PM 2.5, do they mean that they don't care about the PM 2.5, or they are feel happy with today's climate? Did you include those kinds of comments that without any realizations on the climate change to the positive groups of the emotions of this pollution?
Yeah, I think for now we collect all of them first because the opinion is have the like positive and the negative term, right? And then we can group like what kind of positive and what kind of negative. And after that, we have like the method to analyze like what tone, because when the text, right, is come with the not the feeling like the people express, right? We have the tone on the text file. We need to analyze that one to be like the deeper, like what kind of positive. Because if we go through like the 6 basic emotion, which is they have like fun, surprise, I can't remember another one. We can go through this one, and maybe we start with 6 first and then we expand another that. And I think when we train the model, we need to use the person first for label that one. But we have the method for how they analyze, how they label that one, and then we go through like the train the machine learning after that to implement the model after.
Okay, any other comments? Yes, please.
Because you first of all, which data source you are going to use? That's number one. Secondly, I'm not familiar with the country, but I think,
sorry,
because I'm from Indonesia, people may have different ways to show their comments, their complaints, their feelings. One people might say for climate change, oh, very good climate change. Actually, there's a cynicism way to say that I don't like climate change. While the other one, oh, bad word with climate change. So people might have different, and the software might not. How can the software might be able to consider this type of the way people express their feelings? Because people in northern part, in southern part, in western part might have different things. Even which ages, elder people might have different ways to complain about climate change with youngsters, this kind of. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. But that is challenging in this project because we would like to see after we got like, for example, we got one text from the social media or online forum. We would like to see what does it mean about that text. For now, I think the technology can learn, especially Thai language or maybe English language, can learn this text is positive or negative or neutral. But the challenging for us is go deep to like what the positive or what the negative is. So after we got that one, we can group like, okay, this group about the fun, for example, fun of something about the climate change. And then we want to go deep inside like how they fun, why they fun, what the trigger and what the location or something to understand them by using the tech information. We use the data collection from this one. It's online platform, which is we have, sorry, it's quite small. We use the big steam tool. For now, we have that tool already for gathering the data. Yeah, if you want to use that one, we can talk about that later, because that tool is like used for like order that one. I think we can talk about that one also, that because that one is like general too, but for now we can use not exactly Thai language because the technique for gathering the data is the same. But about the sentiment or another thing, I think that one is need to talk. But I think it's not difficult to do that because they have many machine learning method or deep learning method to understand that.
Okay, I think we have to wrap up for this paper. So thank you very much again for your interesting talk. Then I would like to invite the second speaker, Dr. Reddy Prasad. He's going to give the title of ICT as a key for environmental sustainability, energy conservation, and to mitigate chemical pollution in the industries.
That is part of my presentation. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and Excellence, and my dear colleagues. Today, I would like to present what is the impact of gas pollution on. One is the main is on economic model as well as energy conservation. Mainly, we are thinking about whenever every day in the newspaper, you can see some places are highly drought, some places are flooded because of the climate change. And the developed countries saying that this is because of the developing countries. And again, developing countries are saying that it is because of the developed countries. We are Tom and Jerry like. But really, the people are suffering because of the gas pollution. We are mainly thinking about the gas pollution is because of the over-industrialization, because of the over-desire of the human. So, of course, we want to progress, but at the same time, we need the sustainability. That is the simple background about that. By the way, I am Dr. Prasad from University Technology, Brunei. So today, I would like to give the contents as per the requirement of the ASEAN IVO. They ask for all these things. So I just want to give one by one, very brief. So coming to the atmospheric levels, you don't have the lighter. Okay. So coming to here, the mainly greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases are impacting a lot about our atmospheric pollution, especially the industrialization areas nearby the residential areas, which are affecting a lot. Just now, my colleague is telling about mood changing and all. Because if you have more and more pollution in the gas, in the atmosphere, which will definitely leads to a lot of disorderness. We'll see one by one. Especially you can see here, the climate change causes by different countries in ASEAN. Of course, almost all Singapore is the highest because they are contributing more. And Philippines, Vietnam, one by one, you can see how much we are causing for the industrial pollutions. Mainly these pollutions are coming because of the mainly energy production. When you are producing more and more energy, the technologies which are adapting maybe 10 years, 15 years older, and those efficiency are less. So which is producing more and more gases. So if you are not day to day, you are not updating the technology, that will lead to the environmental disaster. So, which will be mainly causes for energy sector, GDP, human health and behavior, and sustainability. So we have to be model not only the effect, how much it really economically it is adverse, as well as it is how much it is affecting the environment. These two we are going to discuss. Coming to the main aim of this project is, we want to develop a technology to analyze the air pollutants and to mitigate them in chemical industries for energy conservation as well as sustainable development. That means we want development, at the same time it should be under sustainable condition. At the same time we want to save the energy. What is the next aim is to demonstrate vertical profiling. That means normally in the surface level we are not doing the research, we are not finding out the surface level. We want to find out at the vertical level what is the pollution's profile and how it affects. So that is the main cause. What are the bodies which are getting benefit out of this? Universities, students mainly, mechatronics, computer and chemical engineering, because naturally chemical industries are producing a lot of pollution. So that's why local industries and government bodies, we are going to give the data, we are going to give the technology to the government bodies to control and mitigate. And we are going to adapt in the Industrial 4.0. Coming to the proposed method, the first step is data collection, then data storage and data analysis. So in the data collection method, again, we have identified the data source and planning and actual data collection method. Coming to the data storage, we are going to collect the data normally in a temporary disk. Later we can transfer into any cloud system and we can use it. So coming to the analysis, I'm going to explain in the figure 1. So these are the targeted areas. One is petrochemical industries. Another one is the petroleum industries. The third one is the energy industries. And we are going to use the sensors and we are going to use the UAVs to analyze the vertical profiling of the gases, so that that data is being transferred into cloud system and then we can analyze in different models. So just have a look on this. So we are going to adapt different areas. We can collect the samples and we can try to analyze and give the report to the concerned bodies, industries, as well as government sector and concerned people. So coming to the data sources, that's what I just now mentioned to you. One is oil and gas industries and nearby residential areas, petrochemical industries, nearby residential areas, energy industries, nearby areas, and it can be then later it can be transferred to the Asian countries. Those who are the partners, we would like to share with them and welcome those people who are interested. Then coming to the analysis, we are going to compare, because as I told you, the data is vertical profiling. So we can compare with the satellite data for the error minimization. And we are going to develop a data visual map and 2D, 3D graphical concepts, so that we can easily understand how much pollution is coming from the industry, and we have to aware the industry how to mitigate that one. And finally, we are going to develop an energy conservation model. Energy conservation model means when you are not using a proper equipment, then a lot of energy is being using and it is giving less efficiency and producing more pollution. So coming to the impact is 3 types. One is scientific, another one is socio-economical, and third one is the collaborative. So coming to the scientific, just education and collaboration with other industrial partners as well as Asian country members. Then coming to we are going to use visual IoT concept to combine the existing S4D model mapping to show how this impact is there on the environment, to show the government body and the concerned industries. Coming to the social, just now she mentioned what are the different gases, pollution gases, which will affect the health-wise, different carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, NOx, sulfur dioxide, all those things which will cause a lot of impact on the health. So we have to be very cautious, and we have to be very strict to bring down the pollution effects. So this will be socio-economical impact about the project. So we have to help the society. Then coming to the collaborative, there are many areas. ICT can be collaborate. The 3 areas: socio-political settings, or economic performance, or environmental performances. So to minimize the effect. And the second point, environmental monitoring and management using the UAVs. So this can be, say, suddenly there is a big disaster happens, or there is mainly Brunei, Singapore and areas we are facing the haze. Normally after paddy fields finish, they burn the grass, and a lot of particle carbon material is coming, which is giving a lot of, so we can map it, how much area it is being, where the exact location, what is happening, how to mitigate, how to control. We warn them. Or suddenly in industry something suddenly happens, how much is being dispersed the gas, so that we can estimate the effect of the cost, environmental wise, sustainability, other things. So coming to the outcomes, so based on this, we have a better understanding about the industrialization and effect of these gas pollutions. Then we can alert the industries and government bodies to control that, and if it is beyond the limit, we can stop them. Or we can bring the public awareness by conducting what is the importance of gas pollution, not only industries, human also creating a lot of pollution. Say for example, just people start the car, it is car burning the fuel, and people keep on talking roadside. It's a waste of energy, waste of producing a lot of gas. This awareness, human awareness is very important. So we can make them to aware. And finally, regional data collection is important for long-term study. Mainly, we are looking into a short-term, what is the gas effect, and we can extrapolate into the long-term basis for economical evaluation and environmental sustainability. Finally, the conclusion, mainly the project has potential to tackle gas pollution uncertainty, not only by providing the information knowledge, personal awareness and participation, and better preparedness. Say for example, we want to have this and all happening, the past data. From that past data, we can estimate for future so that we can control. Finally, the technology can be transferred for socio-economical benefits. So just I would like to thank you for listening my discussion, and please, I'm happy if you can, I'm happy to have anybody having a collaboration with me, and please raise your questions. I'm very happy.
Okay, thank you very much. Are there any questions from the floor? Yes, please. Microphone, please.
Thank you. It is an interesting topic. However, on the accuracy of the data, you talk about the comparison with satellite data.
Yes.
How can you get the data from satellite source?
Yes, Professor. Thank you for your valuable question. Actually, in engineering, normally we do the error analysis. That's why this is very important, because some data is naturally available, free data available on the net, and some data we have to pay. We can pay and we can get the data. Getting a satellite data there are some bodies, especially in our UTB University Technology Brunei, we have we have a MOU with the environmental satellite organizations. We can pay and we can get it. Definitely, yeah, you are correct. Actually, this will vary process. That is, this will vary. Basically, what happens now, we are mainly concentrated on industry and nearby residency area. So how these gases is spreading to the public area nearby the industries and how it will affect them on what are the sectors. So definitely, if you are far away from the industry, it is not going to be much effect. But the people who is living to the near to the industry, some few kilometers, definitely this gas, especially the Brunei, we are burning a lot of fuel for energy purpose, and it is coming a lot of carbon dioxide emission. That carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide and other things is spreading, and we want to see how this impact the body, people's health and other things.
I think it's only possible to compare the, you have to define the region for comparison. That is from the data you collected with the data you got from satellite. So, right? Both data should be the same, actually, the same area.
Yes,
so
actually in our Brunei, we have a Brunei Shell Petroleum, BSP, and we have a MOU with them already. They accepted to evaluate. And this can be extended to our Asian countries also, to their based on the partners' interest and things. We can have the mapping and we can give the exact data what is happening, and we can give the information to the industry. See, this is what coming. Kindly take care, and we can aware the environmental ministry or government bodies. So they will have a discussion at least. Say, for example, if you are not telling, they will not be caring. If you are showing the figures, see, this is what happening, definitely they will try to.
Okay.
Yeah, please, sir, please, Professor.
I think very good project, but I think, you know, if we see when we want to use drone, for example, we need a policy.
We have to get the permission from the aviation ministry.
Especially in your case, it's real time.
Exactly.
And then you'll also propose
exactly
dashboard.
But
I didn't see any government agency, you know, involved in this project.
Yes.
So I can maybe there is what is a policy for the to fly drone?
Exactly, Professor. You are 100% correct. Actually, we have a policy. We have to take the permission from the aviation minister and environmental board and the industry. There is a lot of people, lot of ministries are involving in this project, and we got all the permissions.
There is policy.
And the condition is, before we are publishing the data,
do you have a course, you know, conducted in University of Brunei regarding this drone, for example, any UAV, to fly UAV, for example, no? Is there any courses conducted in that?
We have to get the permission. Whenever you want to use the UAV, you have to declare before that the board of.
It will take, you know, times to get to fly the drone, for example. From that you are applying, for example, you know, what is the cost of the
drone cost?
Is it difficult?
Is it simple, Doctor?
Easy.
Yeah, it will not take, because it is having the sensor and UAV having the payload of 45 minutes.
Saying that you can fly through post office, you know.
Nowadays, a lot of
yeah,
applications are there.
Very close, normally very close with the airport, you know. Very hard to get.
Correct.
Very hard to get the
permission.
Yeah, to fly the drone.
Correct.
For the,
that's what
type of drone, you know. It's hard.
We have to give the details of the drone and details, everything to the aviation people, and they will give the timings. You cannot say, for example, flight is coming and landing or going, or the free times only they will allow.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think we have to conclude this session because we have to do lunch after this. So thank you again for the speaker.
Thank you very much.